Welcome to Animated Excellence. I'm your host, Aniket. Today we're discussing one of the most iconic films in all cinema history. And no,
His favorite.
Contrary to the episode where I discussed the Lego Movie 2, I'm not discussing Minions today. Rather, another film from this glorious studio. It's called The Lorax. And it's the greatest film of all time. But hi, I'm Aniket. I have guest stars. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Mr. Hall. I am these two chemistry teachers. What? I am the chemistry teacher of these two children.
Yay.
And I'm one of Aniket's friends, Wesley.
There you go. They've both been on here before, where we discussed Batman Begins. So I thought, let's do a change of pace. Let's go from discussing a legitimately great movie to I wanted to do a bad movie, but we ended up picking a mixed one. So there we go. We're doing a mixed one. The Lorax. It's an adaptation of the Dr. Seuss book of the same name, which was like 30 pages. So that's fun. So yeah, here on Animated Excellence, we have 4 different characters. Characters.
4 different categories.
Categories.
We're both fried. All 3 of us.
We're all tired. Categories: story and characters, visuals and animation, voice acting, and then spoiler talk, where we spoil the movie. So there you go. So let's start out with story and characters. What'd you guys think of those things?
I think they did okay character building at the beginning, but my favorite character is obviously the Lorax.
Mm-hmm.
Or the bears that he fed marshmallows.
Those
things are great.
Is one of the weirdest scenes in this movie by far. It's just, it's so bizarre. I don't know what to think of it. It's just, what on earth were they thinking?
Humor.
Yeah, I agree. It was okay. The Lorax was good in this. I like Danny Devito a lot in this role. And I'll talk about that more during voice acting. The problem I have with this adaptation, and by far I think the most glaring one, the majority of the really short book was spent developing the Onceler, who, you know, is the one who's chopped down all the trees and stuff. But it slowly develops him from this humble small business owner to this huge, greedy, evil CEO character. While the movie glosses over it in 3 minutes, it's the majority of the book glossed over in a okay song.
Yeah, how bad can I be?
Yeah, there's a car chase scene at the end of the movie that's longer than what the bulk of the source material was.
Yeah. You gotta have the drama. And also, spoilers. There's a car chase. That's spoiler category.
I'm not talking about what the car chase... Wow, you're spoiling it, Mr. Hall.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the mother and the grandmother. Those were my favorite 2 characters. They were iconic.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Onceler's mother. I was like, why would you enjoy them? But yeah, no, you're talking about Ted's family.
Mother and grandmother. Mm-hmm. They are the best 2 characters. And the disco tree. Yep.
I liked that. What? Oh, I have to talk about biggering, because I feel like I'm going to be mad at myself if I don't. So the song number, this is a musical for some reason, by the way, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I was watching it with my roommate, and she did not know that it was a musical. She had never seen it. I was rewatching it, and then suddenly they started to sing, and she just... What? What is happening? And I was like, oh, did I not mention? It's a musical.
Yeah. So the song where the Onceler becomes this big evil CEO character, it's called How Bad Can I Be? And it's not the worst song in the movie. It's one of the better ones, actually. But I'm a little mad because there was a really great rock opera song that was supposed to be in that part of the movie, and I know this because context, and also they reused some of the lyrics, obvious. It's called Biggering. If you have time, I'd highly recommend searching for it on the internet that you're using to listen to this.
And maybe actually listen to it and not just listen to part of it because children are telling you to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen to the whole thing, unlike someone here didn't.
Yeah, Wesley.
I listened to the entire thing.
I'm trying to divert the attention away from me, so just accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Biggering is an excellent, just dramatic rock opera, and I actually forgive the film if for glossing over his character development if they used this song, because it's so dramatic and has so much depth and is also a banger. It's a great song, and they just cut it because I guess it was too dramatic or something for 8-year-olds who are the target audience, I guess. Whatever. No, I don't want you to make animated films for children. I want you to make them for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great thing. Good. Cool.
So yeah, I'm a little mad about that. But overall, the story is okay. The child gets too much screen time, in my opinion. Ted is his name.
If you just did a movie on the book, it would be a very boring movie.
Well, I mean, like, the movie opens with one of the creepiest stalker tactics in history. It's so weird. He just, like, purposely flies his toy airplane into this girl's yard and just to talk to her. It's so weird.
Yeah, let's also not talk about the age difference between the two of them.
Yeah, even as a child who watched this in the theater, I was like, this is just weird. Why?
I don't understand. It made me very uncomfortable.
As an older person, I'm like, you could have just written it so that they're the similar age. You could have just done that.
You could have.
It's not that hard. Yeah.
But you didn't.
But you didn't for some bizarre reason. And also, they're voiced by Taylor Swift and Zac Efron.
Which ones? I've had a long day, so all I want to do is just make jokes. Because all I've had to do is just listen to people.
That's why I'm doing this episode.
Okay, great. This episode is a joke. Nothing is important in this episode, so you're welcome.
What?
Nothing serious when us two are around.
Yeah,
There are 3 of us.
Good job, you can count.
I meant me and Mr. Hall. Aniket's always here. He just exists.
Anyway,
Great.
they hired Taylor Swift and Zac Efron, and for some reason, neither of them sing in this musical movie. Again, even as a kid, I didn't...
What?
That didn't make sense to me.
I didn't even think of that.
Like the CEO character, Mr. O'Hare, he gets a solo. The grandma gets a solo. The mom gets a solo.
They should have made Taylor Swift the grandma.
Why?
No. They should have made Zac Efron the grandma.
Yeah. Or Danny DeVito.
Ooh, Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is the grandma, and then the mother is Zac Efron.
Yeah.
No,
That's my ideal casting.
Make everyone Danny DeVito. There you go.
That's how you fix the movie.
Recasting this movie, everyone is Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
There you go. We fixed the movie.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do, and you didn't do it. Anyway, this got off track real quick. So moving on, visuals and animation. Moving on. What'd you think of the visuals?
Visuals are pretty good.
They're pretty.
It was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I will not have any complaints of the visuals because they made 2 live-action Dr. Seuss movies, and they were both terrible. Thank goodness I don't have comment section on these because I know there'd be a horde of people defending the live-action Grinch. No, I'm not going to listen to that.
I loved the live-action Grinch. That was my childhood.
Okay, I can see you through the video chat, and I know you're kidding.
No, I am not. I'm absolutely not kidding.
You're not kidding?
No.
You actually like that?
I love it.
That's fun. I really don't like that movie, but we can all agree The Cat in the Hat was terrible.
Yeah.
That movie doesn't exist.
It's not real.
It exists in the same alternate universe as the Lightning Thief movie and the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
Wait, there was a Percy Jackson movie?
No, there wasn't.
What? No, there wasn't.
Correct.
Anyway, so yeah, it took them 2 movies to realize, oh, these movies should be animated. And even then, it took Dr. Seuss's widow to ban all live-action movies to finally make it animated. Yeah, she banned them after Cat in the Hat.
Wow.
So, anyway, the CGI version of this looks great. The Lorax looks great as a 3D character. No complaints. I like the colorful city of Thneedville. That's a fun name to say, Thneedville. Anyway, the concept art.
I love
the concept art for this movie is beautiful. Like the production designer, I can't say his name, and I'm not going to try to. He has an Instagram, and I've seen like he uploads concept art from the movies he works on, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So check that out. Anyway, yes, you had a thing.
I love the look of the truffula trees. You look like they look
like
soft.
cotton candy.
You can feel it just from looking at the screen. You can feel the texture.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the visuals in this movie. I think it's really pretty. So yeah, visuals, cool. Next category, voice acting. What do we think of that? We've already commented on that, but if we have any further comments, any way to improve the casting would be, again, recast everyone as Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently he did the voice not only in English, but he did it in like Russian and Spanish and some other languages.
I don't know. Wow, I didn't know he knew other languages.
Oh yeah, he also did the Italian one, obviously.
Oh, let's not bring up Italian. That's a sore subject.
Okay.
For those listening who were not in my 5th period chemistry.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh, now I just get it because I was in your 5th period.
Yeah.
Why are you speaking Italian?
Yeah, whenever we didn't understand anything you were saying, we were just like, why are you speaking Italian, Mr. Hall?
There was one student in particular.
It wasn't me.
And you encouraged them.
I did encourage them, but I wasn't them, so.
Correct.
So at least I wasn't them. Anyway, so we're now entering the spoiler realm. If you care about spoilers for this 8-year-old movie from a book from the 1970s, go ahead and click off. But otherwise, we will spoil. Yeah. So what'd you think of the ending, the 3rd act, whatever?
I mean, the car chase.
The car chase was interesting.
You already spoiled it, but the car chase was a thing.
The car chase was definitely a thing. What I like about this movie, this is touching on the visual, but I like how just over the top they make the facial expressions for O'Hare, the villain. Like, he looks genuinely terrifying at points. And, like, certain paused frames with his face are just priceless.
He really reminds me of Edna Mode.
He does.
He's got the same hair. He's very tiny.
Very short, yeah.
They're the same character. That's
except one of them is actually likable and this one's just kind of annoying.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, this one's the villain of the movie. Of course he's annoying.
Yeah. I also love how, like, the main antagonists, their business is literally just selling air.
Yeah, they just sell air. You laugh as if it's a science fiction thing, but there are people in China who literally buy bottled air. So
I like how we've gone into the spoiler section and have yet to mention a spoiler.
Let's.
The last song was great, where they all turned against O'Hare.
Yeah, I liked the part where they just rocketed him to his death.
Yes, that was great. Like, I don't condone death, but, like, yay.
As a child watching this in the theater, like 8 years ago, I legitimately thought they would turn to his side when he started saying, "No, let's let it die." I was a kid, okay? But yeah, I legitimately thought, yeah, so I like the, that part. There's not much to spoil because the ending's just an ending.
Yeah, the ending is just they planted a tree.
Woo!
It was a very, very artificial setup to the ending.
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to be really scared that they're not gonna do it.
I remember something I like from the ending. I like when the grandma uses a crane to knock off the head from the statue, and this works.
Yep. And speaking of words that rhyme with crane, she uses her cane to snatch the bottle or the jug that has the seed in it.
Yeah, and that car chase.
She did that
yeah.
well.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that's the movie. Car chases, and yeah, I saw this in 3D. So it's the only movie I've seen in 3D in my life.
Yeah, I can definitely tell when, like, there were moments where they artificially made it so that it would look good in 3D. Especially when he first goes out to see, what's his name? The guy that lives in the nowhere land.
Oh yeah, the axes and stuff. Yeah,
the axes and the choppy downy
because
thing.
considering this was 8 years ago, the only thing I remember from the 3D was the opening where the Lorax had his paper and he threw it at the screen and it actually flew out the screen. I do remember that, but I don't remember anything else in the 3D. Whoops. Yeah.
I mean, 3D was such a craze back then, and now you see almost no one actually talking about 3D or producing movies for 3D.
Yeah.
So it's not really important anymore because no one really
Yeah.
cares.
So yeah, that was our tangent of personal stories and random jokes pertaining almost to the Lorax.
Almost.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yay. Hope you enjoyed. Consider subscribing or following or wherever you listen to the podcast. And there will be more episodes on the way at a date at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a day.
Bye.